Hello and welcome to my new show called Steam Checklist. This show is where I'll be introducing you guys to some games on Steam that I think you should go check out, or at least many people aren't talking about. Basically, this will be a kind of like a semi-weekly type of videos where I'll be showing off some cool games on Steam. So less review and more cool recommendation of the week. It's just a fun way for me to show off some games that I think deserve some love. And I've got a really good pick for our first pick. It is called Bob the Robber on Cool Math Games. Now, as a battle royale game, it's not too great, but as a really good hentai dating simulator, it really does that really well. Apparently, Tate was supposed to be a crossover in this game, that night and everything. I think it was like a giant collaboration mishap or something like that. So really racist shit. The movement in this game is what caught my eye first, and what made me want to pick it up. I like a lot of first-person shooters with like a lot of movement in it. Think like Ultra Kill, like Titanfall 2, games like that. Now, there isn't a giant list of movement abilities like there is in like Ghost Runner per se. In this game, you could slide, wall jump, double jump, dive, and wall kick climb. And then, what the fuck is... All your moves interact with the world that you're in. Slides hurts enemies, there's a lot of opportunities to wall run, diving can get you further, or give you that last little boost to make it over an edge. All your moves keep this sense of flow, or at least give it to more than one purpose. So when you're in a room, you're never left with one way to attack an enemy. You're constantly making little decisions during a fight. If you're stuck in a room, look for a way out. There's probably a way to slide out of it. Or dive to avoid bullets. Any kind of movement abilities will always dodge bullets. Well, kinda. What the fuck was that? Enemies guarding the front door? Well, call me a stalker because I'm crawling through your window. And that's not even close to the end of what you could do in this game though, because there are two specific abilities I haven't talked about yet that alter and change the game entirely. Slowmo and the prototype cannon. Slowmo is exactly what it sounds like. You hold the right button and you go slow-mo. Right under the reticle is a bar showing you how much you have left of the slow-mo. The slow-mo helps, of course, when it comes to lining your shots up, assessing the situation, or even just getting your head together. Seems very simple in hindsight. It's not really hard to learn or hard to use. That is until you learn that killing someone resets your slow-mo bar. This completely shifts how you look at fights. You're not just looking for someone to kill just so you can stop getting shot by, but to fill your gauge back up. You're constantly managing the slow-mo gauge. On top of that, killing enemies fills up your health, not by a lot, but a little. This ability reworks entirely how you look at a room and rewards playing aggressively. You're never running away from enemies in this game because that really doesn't reward you a lot in this. There's no self-heal in this game. So you're just constantly looking for another body to survive. I've already talked about how chaining the kills together feels really awesome, but now you have a goal for what you're trying to chain those together. The enemies in the room. And you're rewarded for it. Add on top of the fast, tight gameplay with some many different options to engage, and you've made a recipe for some of the most addictive and satisfying gunplay I've seen in a long time. And your options don't even end there for the gameplay. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the prototype. This prototype is a secondary weapon that allows you to make giant holes in walls, ceilings, floor, pretty much anything. Now let's go back to that analogy I had a couple seconds ago where I was talking about enemies guarding the front door. Fuck it, just make them a new front door. The gun can hold up to about 3 rounds, which sounds pretty limited, but if you've been paying attention, you already know where I'm going with this. those minimum wage guards are once again fuel for it and will restore 1 round for every time you kill them. The Slowmo changes how you interact with the level, but the prototype lets you change the level. Now, you might be afraid that this sounds like it's overpowered very quickly, but this is the kicker. You have such little health and enemies gun you down in seconds. I've tried to play this game without Slowmo, and it is genuinely brutal. Fun, but I would never recommend it for a first time player. The game is made with the Slowmo and the prototype in mind. With how dangerous the enemies are, it somehow is able to make it feel so intense while making you feel so powerful. The gameplay is also constantly keeping you on your toes when it comes to the weapons. The game has a massive amount of these weapons, and since you don't have a loadout or anything, you'll just be getting all your guns from the guys you kill. On top of that, all the guns have 1 mag in them, so you are constantly using different weapons on the fly. Sure, you might have a favorite weapon, and sure, if you go out of your way, you can find them, but most of the time the game is forcing you to play with different weapons, which is constantly keeping the gameplay fresh. A good way to describe this game feels like the embodiment of cool shit. The style, the gameplay, the soundtrack. Severed Steel is pure fun and flair. All style, all substance. This is the type of fun that you'll have where your eyes will start to hurt because you forgot to blink. Not a lot of games have this flow and motion like this. Is that a Minecraft bed? Now, if I were to really nitpick here, there's probably 1 or 2 things. One of them being the Destructible Environment. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like it. After an intense fight and seeing all the mayhem of the place is incredible. You can physically see how crazy intense the fight was, which only makes the cool factor go up. Plus, the fact that I can kick a steel railing out of existence is pretty awesome. It only becomes a problem when the enemies start using the Destructible Environment to their advantage. Yes, that's right. Enemies can shoot through the walls, and they'll know where you are too. You could be minding your own business, walking around, and some dickhead shoots you in the ass because he could feel your bad vibe 5 miles away. Also, the game could use a little bit more enemy variety. There's only like 4 or 5 different kinds of enemies. They're not all too distinct. I would really like it if there was some kind of enemy that could really keep up with your movement. They have one that kind of flies, but they just kind of stick in the sky ready for you to gun them down. However, this game has such massive highs that this little tiny thing basically means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Oh, also, did I mention that this soundtrack is an absolute banger? Severed Steel is an addictive and absolutely mesmerizing first-person shooter. It's typically going for like $24.99, but right now it's actually on sale for $5. I actually feel bad because I was able to pick this game up at such a cheap price. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go try to slide through the nearest window. Hey guys, hope y'all enjoyed. I'll be trying to post more of these Steam checklist videos out soon. This one was a whole lot of fun to make. Plus, also, I do plan on making bigger, more like the bug snack review type of video. But those ones are a lot longer and take a lot more time to work on. So I just thought this would be a little fun thing to pump out, you know, semi-weekly. Also, if you throw down some comments in the videos, like a video game you want to check out, I'll try to make a Steam checklist out of it. Plus, also, I love getting video game recommendations. Okay, bye!